warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sepia Sri Ainun. Virus king of event adverb in English make us net understanding and information. An active expanding vocabulary alone is not enough if we don't learn to start work together to form good and correct similarities between English and Indonesia, which require a subject, predicate, object, and also an explanation. So to master English, we need to study its aspect to form good and correct sentence to article. We'll discuss about on the of unfair called the affair of frequency. Always treat definition of adverb of manner. Definition of common form adjective of understanding and adverb of arrogancy. Arrogancy definition of adverb of arrogancy. Source prefix com adverb of arrogant is an adverb to describe the arrogance or intensity of an active being. Pairing code or quickly happening adverbs of arrogancy usually answer question false white after were in the form to number. Some experts of cuisine work to answer to effect of frequency, starting with how often, who frequently, and how many taste me when the most common effect of frequency are world frequency. Hardly ever, never, occasionally, often, rarely, regularly, secretly, seldom, something, and usually. Adverb of frequency in dividing into two kind number of definition. Frequency and adverb indefinity. Frequency motive adverb are used to describe to intensity of frequency of time, but they are different in the specifics of the time. The position of the adverb of frequency in an sentence can be used before the verb to be between two verbs and at the end of the sentence. Below is a more complete expansion. Adverb of frequency before the verb. Formula subject, object of frequency verb. Always finish my text before one go to bed. One always finish my homework before I go to bed. Adverb of frequency after the verb to be. Formula subject to be is I'm. Are was where time of frequency. She is not usually around. How she usually not around. Adverb on frequency between two verbs. If in I spend two are two adverb to frequency verb present between the acquisition verb and the main verb. The following formula can be used subject. Acquisition verb adverb of frequency main verb. He can something be me in marathon. He can something be mean in a marathon. A verb on frequency at the end of the sentence. A verb on frequency at the end of scan is frequency of a member of advance of defense frequency and adverb. The end is my bestie took me the school with my first then. My bestie took me then a school why my first I did. Definition of adverb of frequency. Adverb of frequency is an effect it the whole of ten. An action or action in creating of big note the meaning of adverb of frequency someday. Will note the intent of how protein there is no happening adverb of frequency definition difference. Formulas, example, sentences, problem and discussion in English. The hint adverb is the forget elaborative in turn two parts, namely the adverb of question and also the adverb on number and example of adverb of question is how often. Will an example of an adverb of number is how many times. Use of an verb of frequency the simple require for frequency adverb will have you usually them correctly. Always usually an verb of frequency to take about how after something happens. Adverb of frequency are after usi to show routine of repetitive active so they are often used with the friends simple tense a sentence has only on verb present adverb of frequency in the meaning of sentence. So after the subject but before the verb. For example, Danang never please how always take the boot. Danang never please he always take the boot. When unscented context more the on verb place the adverb of frequency before the main verb. For example, they have often visit Europe. They have often visit Europe by using an after of frequency in the negative of informing a question. Place it before the main verb. For example, do you usually go off so late? Do you usually make off the light? Types of event of frequency adverbs of frequency are given in two types that you can use in making a sentence. There is the type of adverbs of frequency that you can understand. It's IC adverb of definition frequency adverb of definition frequency in an adverb. They start the frequency of an event or event in a spin time. In other words, this type of event has a very fast and frequent breakdown of time with how estimate. Affirm are affirmed in English identifying its indefinite into several fast mammally acts of place, affirm of place, affirm of time, affirm of time, affirm of mind, affirm of manner, and affirm of regulation, which are usually affirmed in daily conflicts, gain, whose never time. So in the artist in the Calf Valley, we be profession in example of sentence. The utility complex affirm of frequency and the mind goes about the example and how to use the form of frequency you can read in our speak and teach learning. They are facts what tells you concrete about